What's up, guys? It's your girl Foxy here, and you already know what it is. I am chilling with my girl.
Hey y'all, it's Rena. I'm back.
We're coming at you direct and correct,
Yes.
So today's topic is a little bit juicy.
Piping hot.
It is saucy,
Hot.
but we're gonna take a sip out of this hot tea, okay?
We're gonna talk about it.
So, okay, we are gonna talk about sex. Why do you think sex is so controversial?
I don't know. It's crazy because 2019 with so many things are on the internet and
Yeah.
just there. It's crazy how people are still so hush hush about sex.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's one of those things where you divulge all your intimate moments. I think it's important for us to talk about it, and so that you know what the difference between consensual sex is versus something that is non-consensual.
Kinky.
Right. So so today we're going to focus on something that obviously is consensual. We wanted to start off with saying that.
Disclaimer.
Disclaimer.
For adults only.
Oh.
For if you're over
We will add R18 in the beginning of this.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So we got some questions from our viewers that are directed to us personally, but we'll answer them vaguely as well. And I hope you really enjoy this.
Yes.
So you throw it out.
Should
girl.
I go? Okay. First question. Where's the craziest place that you've had sex?
Oh, that's a very complicated. I had to discuss it with my significant other.
Uh-huh.
And it was funny because he mentioned a different one. But the craziest place I've had sex, I think it's very common. I think a lot of people have done this. I would hope so. So I hope I don't gross people out. But we have had sex at the cinemas. No. What?
Girl.
Is that too much?
I'm adding it to my list. Keep going.
So I thought that was so normal because you know how you see in movies?
I've always made jokes about it, but
Yeah?
I have never. But listen, I'm not here to judge. Do what you gotta do when you gotta do it.
Yes.
Now I feel like my answer's so tame though. You know?
Where have you had? Girl, spill it out.
On the beach. Not in the water, on the beach.
On the beach?
On the beach.
Oh my
Under
gosh,
the moonlight.
Rena,
Eh.
romantic teams.
It was so not. It was not. No.
Was it awkward?
It wasn't actually.
It was.
It was not.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
The beach is still good. I think, I did. Obviously, I've heard of people doing it at the. Yeah. Next question. How often must one have sex per week? And this was sent in by a male. I think it's important we, clarify.
Okay, Mel. First of all, you need to find out. Okay, first of all, I feel like if you're with someone, you need to know each other. Like you
Yeah.
need to know like what. I guess if it's like someone that you don't know, then that's different. But if it's someone that you know, you're dating, you're into, you need to know what your sex drive level is. Like,
Yeah.
And I feel like if you don't match, there could be a whole problem.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
So I don't want to have people thinking like, oh my God, this is so much, because it's different stages in life as well. I feel like when you're just in a relationship, you're just like a bunny rabbit.
All day, every day.
You got a break?
When we finish.
We're gonna do this today.
You gonna
So,
get it.
Yeah, it's so dependent. But if you're asking because you're not sure, maybe you need to have a more, I guess, open relationship.
Yes.
For me, I would say at the start of a relationship, if you're young, I mean, come on, those hormones, you can't help
y'all
it.
know how it is.
I feel like 3 times a day.
Oh, 3 times a day?
Yeah.
Every day?
So, I mean, you're young. If you ain't got nothing to do, that is.
Okay, Rena.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm just saying. It depends. I mean, after you get comfortable, I feel like you might not even do
One,
it
two.
per week.
No, I agree
You might
with
not even do
you.
it once per week. You know.
It is, yeah, you're right. It is. It depends on what stage in the relationship you're in
And your
or
schedule.
on.
I should have said that.
Yeah.
Don't be skipping work to go and do no.
No. And we don't condone that in any way, shape, or form. Disclaimer. I think it depends on both of you. It depends on because you do have men out there that don't want to have as much sex, and then you have women that don't want to have as much sex. But I think if you are both speaking the same language, and you communicate, so that you both feel satisfied and it's not one-sided. But personally, I think at least 6 times a week. Yeah, I think because once you're married, guys, things change. Things change, and y'all both work. Y'all got kids to look after. You really gotta squeeze that time. 3 times a day. I don't know. How about y'all comment below?
Listen, I am sure, and don't be shy.
Yeah.
Please let us know. I'm sure there's some of you out there that's like, I'm doing it right now.
Y'all are free. Y'all watching this video.
Girl,
that is too much.
So should we move on to the next question?
Yes.
Okay. So would you ever end a relationship over bad sex?
Oh, come on. Look, I think that is not ideal. I think that is it tells a lot. If you were to end it over bad sex, it tells a lot of what your intentions were to begin with. And I think a relationship, the base foundation should be your mental and emotional, spiritual connection, and then the physical connection, because you will get to an age in your relationship where you can no longer be satisfying each other physically.
What that tongue do? Sorry, I just had to. I couldn't help myself.
But do you know what I mean, though? Like, yeah. I really think that let's make sure the foundation is steady, so that if sex is an issue, then it won't rock the whole boat, and then next thing you know, you're at the bottom of the sea. Yeah. So I think it's important to talk to your partner first, voice that, look, hey, I'm not fully satisfied, because that's how infidelity starts.
Yeah.
In some cases, not all. We're not excusing y'all out here doing wretched things. What do you think?
You're so diplomatic. I was gonna say, man, it depends, because I'm trying to look at it from both perspectives. I don't want to just be like, just one-sided.
Yeah.
Think about it from both sides, right? And where you are as well in the relationship. Obviously, you would want to have a conversation. Like, the one thing that I really think is key, listen, folks, when you're doing it, if he or she does something you do not like, tell them.
On the spot.
Tell them. Communication. Because if they don't know that you don't like something. And also if they don't know that you do like something, then they will never do it.
Yeah.
Ask and you shall receive.
Girl, I'm going to take a sip over that. Because boundaries.
Exactly. if after you have the conversation, the old habits just are dying hard.
Yeah.
I've got no problem with you kicking rocks. Like, it's fine.
Bye.
The door.
Oh my God. Next question. Have you ever had a one-night stand? Yo, you guys were coming through and correct with these questions. Huh?
I was gonna say, do you know what? I have had instances where I've met people and I probably didn't know them for an extent of time, where I would be like, but I've never met someone and had sex with them that night.
The same night.
Yeah. No.
I think that's not healthy. I personally, I have never done, not even 24 hours ago.
Wait the next day.
I need to do a background check on you. See, no, honestly, because I think I've never had a one night stand, and I wouldn't recommend it, because and no judgment to people who have and people who enjoy doing it.
Exactly.
But this is my opinion on it, because y'all did ask the question.
Yeah.
I think it's important to know what you're getting yourself into, because sexual intercourse is very intimate. And you could catch a lot of things from that, And I ain't finna catch no disease right now.
One thing that's really important though is safety,
protection.
Exactly. But I feel like, having said that, if you want to do it, but be safe. Because there's some people that not everyone is built for a relationship. Not everyone is
Yeah.
about that life. So as long as you're being safe, then and obviously make sure you're being safe with the person as well. Like you know.
But you don't know who that guy is or that girl is. You don't know where they've been. If it's a one night stand, as in that's the first night y'all met and y'all gonna go home or to the hotel or whatever.
Yep.
I don't know if that's really the safest
Come
thing
to
to
my
do.
hotel.
You know?
Yeah.
Anyway,
I
but
guess
that's
you have to use your judgment at the end of the day. You know.
because another thing that you brought up when we discussed this before was that sometimes it could be someone you know of, or you know someone like a setup blind date or whatever.
Yeah.
But you do know this person through someone else.
Yeah.
So you know there's credibility there, but still.
But these days, think about it, with this Tinder and all of this
Online dating.
Online dating is very prevalent.
Yeah.
Like, what are you gonna do? You just have to make sure that you have that education. Sex education is so important.
Absolutely,
you know?
and keep yourself safe, kids. Y'all gotta be
Yep.
safe.
Yep.
Anyway, so next question.
Great. So, sex on the first date, yes or no?
It didn't. Oh wait. Okay. So
Would you
that's
have
the
sex?
difference.
Yeah, because this is a date now.
A
It's
date.
not just
It's not
like,
a one night stand.
Yeah.
All right.
These people though with these questions.
I know, very tricky. Would I have sex on the first date? No, I wouldn't. I'm very conservative in that way, I guess. I'm and old school. I believe in getting to know, because I'm a relationship kind of girl. You know, I'm a relationship person, and I want to, know if I'm spending time with you, it's for the long run. You know, we have a future, and if I don't think there's a future, why am I wasting my time?
Exactly.
On to the next one.
Yeah.
And so no.
I was gonna say, I think the key thing there was date. So obviously, someone that you're pursuing, you want to get to know them. I mean, I've heard of people that gave up the coochie and they're now married and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah,
the
I have.
First date?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But also, yeah, I just feel like if you're seriously wanting to get to know someone, you might want to spend some time just getting to know them a bit more before you jump into bed. Yeah.
Look, Rena, this is how I see it. Okay. So, because right now, people are dating, and you can date multiple people. So if we're out here having sex on the first date, that means if I do my maths correct, you out here.
Go bring in the calculator.
No, it tells me too much about you, who you are. You know,
True.
if you're about to act that way, because actions do speak louder than words. So
Facts.
I would not. If someone is coming at me on the first date, so you done come on me or other people on the first date, so no,
Wait,
I'm not gonna.
I was gonna say, blur. You just said come on me. Word choice, girl.
No, I meant. Y'all know she, girl.
I
You going
wasn't
too?
ready.
She is going too deep for this topic. I meant if you are so ready for us to, have sex on the first date.
Oh, we gotta clarify.
I need to clarify. Anyway, next question. Next question. Was your first time memorable, Rena?
I remember it, but for me, it wasn't particularly like. I don't want to say not fulfilling, but obviously, as a woman, you know what your first time's like. It's uncomfortable, it's discomfort. So I do remember it, but I'm not gonna be out here being like, "Woo, I had a ball." I didn't. My coochie was hurting for days after.
I mean, and this is why we need to have conversations like this, because some girls just don't know what they're getting into. And we're obviously speaking on behalf of women because we're women and we know the experience. But it is particularly a very uncomfortable moment. It's special. In some cases, it may not be, especially if you've been taken advantage of. But to answer the question, yes, mine was very memorable.
She'll gotta be so damn cheesy.
I know. We won't get into details. Next question.
Your face says it all. Your face says it all. So next question. Would you indulge in the art of a threesome? I like the way they worded this question. An art.
It's an art. Would I?
Yeah.
Look, if we're going to be honest here, and we have been very open and honest, I have considered it. I have considered it, and just because when you first hear of things, you're okay. You know, I'm not one to judge from the get-go. I'm very opinionated.
Wait, let me take
But
a sip.
but I'm not, honestly, like, you hear it and you hear stories and you're thinking, oh, I wonder, just curiosity. So I did consider it, but then when you hear some of the stories, like with people having open relationships and having tried it, and things do get out of hand. So look, I learned from my mistakes, but I'm even smarter to learn from other people's mistakes. So no, I will not do it, but I have considered it.
Okay, so this is one of those things that I always make jokes about again, because that's what we do. I remember, funny story. I remember, as you say that, I remember my friend, a Cuban friend of mine, who back in the days, at the time she was in a relationship, and she said, I was single at the time. She said, before you get into a relationship, do make sure that you explore different things.
Has she done that?
She has. So I asked her more about it because I'm like, what do you mean? Do tell. I want to know. Yeah. So then she goes into saying, she's had a threesome, but it wasn't with someone that she was with, and it wasn't with the best friend either. So obviously this is two females and a male. And she was very open about it, which I appreciated. She just said it's complicated when obviously there's emotions involved.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't think I am going to ever be comfortable with
sharing.
Yeah, it's just not my cup of tea.
No, I'm not about that life.
Yeah.
But you know what? If y'all are doing it, if it works for you, do it.
Exactly.
Do you, boo? Do you, boo? So the next question: are sex toys a must? Are sex toys a must in the bedroom?
So, I personally,
I know what you're gonna say.
What am I gonna
You're
say?
gonna say it is a must.
No, actually,
no.
I feel like you should explore. Okay, let's be honest. You're used to doing the same things. You try those, whatever the chart of how many different positions, and then you kind of get bored. So you kind of want to introduce more things. Some people into more severe things, and they do
you know what? The person who asked this question was, it's someone I know. And man, the detail that things they told me, I literally learned some new things. I walked away like, man, I think I'm scarred for life. Yeah. The things people are out here doing,
it's real. It's real. But
and, anyway, yeah.
Now I want to know off camera, since you guys
I will tell you.
Too much tea for one setting.
No.
So yeah, I mean, after some point, you are going to be a little bit bored, I guess, and you want to spice things up, and there's no problem with that. To say that it's a must, that's pretty sad, because
that means your significant other's not.
Yeah, I just think it's sad. You need to know what to do without them.
Yes.
But with them, if you know what to do,
it's a bonus. Yeah. No, I don't think it's a must. Like I said, I am very old school in a way. So I think the more things you introduce, the clouded, you just complicate the situation.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a must, but if you want to, like Rena was saying, to spice things up a little bit, do it. And I personally wouldn't rule it out because, look, we're still quite young. There's a lot of life to live, and there are a lot of things to learn. So yeah, but it's not a must. Yeah, you're right, because that means that person's not performing and you're not satisfied really. It's sad.
There's just so many things behind it.
Yeah,
that you're like,
you cringe. It's cringe-worthy there. Yeah.
Okay, we're on to another again.
Oh, these questions! Look at the next one.
I really want to go back and check who sent these because I'm looking at y'all sideways. Just so you know. So the next question is: does size matter?
Oh my gosh! Look. Honestly, everyone is just so different, we're all, it depends on what works for both of you. So I will say size doesn't matter. It's what you do with what you got, and really ultimately, you love it? Ultimately, sex is between both of you. So you both need to find out what works for you, and what makes you connect on that level. So no, I don't think size matters. And if you're out here looking for size girl, go by.
Yeah, that's a problem. I mean, that shouldn't be a priority anyway.
No.
But if it's big, it's a no. Sorry. You're not gonna damage me. No, it's cool.
Oh my god! You're not gonna damage
Side
me.
note, did you ever watch Tiffany Haddish?
I saw it.
It's her hair. No, we're not gonna end up in the emergency room. It's good.
She tilt. I think she said he tilted her uterus. Oh
when you
my
try to
goodness.
be a G.
Oh my goodness.
No, I'm not playing hero. I'm staying in my lane. Thank you very much.
That's too funny. Honestly, you guys, y'all need to. We want to hear from you guys too. Like, so answer. Like, let us know below. As you're watching this, what you think of these questions.
Yes.
So the next one: would you let him see your lady part during SEX? And most of the girls that sent these said no. So, so they posed the question to us: would you let?
Yeah, you gotta probably most likely know more about my vagina than my gynecologist. Like, you're gonna have to explore down there.
Yeah, homeboy, you need to know what you're doing.
Yeah.
And the only way to do that is to visually inspect what you're doing.
Exactly.
And I think if you get to a position, look. How? At what point? So how are y'all doing what you're doing if no one sees where they're going?
Yeah, I'm not into that. But listen, I'm gonna be ratchet. I want full lights and everything. I want to see it all. Okay? All right, people. I need to see it.
No, we think they need to. It's healthy. And also for a guy too, you need
it goes
to.
both ways.
Yeah. I mean, the question said, vajayjay.
Yeah.
But you need to see what you get yourself into. You don't want to catch a case.
Dead and dying. Oh my God.
Anyway,
We made
last question.
We made it to the last question. We made it to the last one. We're doing it. Would you say to your other half if the sex was bad? And this kind of goes back up to the question that we discussed before. Like, would you... communication, right? So bad meaning you're not reaching your climax, and how would you approach it if you were in that situation?
Look, communication for any relationship is important, but look, this is just sex here, so I think it's important to have that talk if you are not being satisfied, but if it's bad, because sometimes to say it's bad, that means you've reached a point where you've said something and that thing wasn't being done, I say have that discussion, because that's when, you'll end up stepping out and looking for pleasure elsewhere. And you don't ever want that. So have the talk. I mean, don't y'all talk anyway during sex? Like, wouldn't you know? Like, what's going on? What are y'all like?
Some people are so shy, though. I feel like that's why.
Are people faking orgasms?
Yes, I was just about to say that.
Really?
Yes, because especially if your partner's insecure with certain things, I feel like sometimes you're thinking in the back of your mind like, oh, I don't want to hurt his or her feelings, and it's not even that. It's not necessarily what you say, it's how you say it. So if you know your partner to a decent extent, then you would know what to say to sort of bring it up without making it seem like you're putting the other person down. Because come on, listen, that's just gonna kill the whole mood, right?
Yeah.
So you just need to know how to say it, and I guess
right time.
Yeah, the right time as well. I mean, during
is a buzzkill.
I was gonna say, I know some people that are not shy to express themselves, but you can say and do little things, be like, tilt your body, like, you know what I mean? You're not gonna say, oh, this is not gonna work for me. You know what I'm saying? You guys know what I'm saying?
And look, and also there are other things, don't just, I understand if you don't want to hurt your significant other's feelings, but there are other things that can assist in the performance.
What you talking about?
Because I remember I think this was.
Talking about Willis?
No, there was a situation where a friend of mine told me that, look, he said, he's a premature ejaculator, and it's affecting our sex life, because there's not a lot that's being done. So there's actually medication out there, on a serious note, that will help someone if they're, experiencing premature
even
ejaculation.
for women that find it hard to get I hate this word, but I'm gonna use it. Moist.
Oh yeah,
You know, the
yeah.
thing. So if there is something and you feel like it's affecting you severely, then don't be scared to go and check it out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
honestly, because sex is such a beautiful thing, and you have
You
to
don't wanna
enjoy
miss
it.
out,
You
girl.
don't want to miss out.
Oh
boo.
boy.
Oh yeah. Oh brother, don't miss out, okay?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so have the conversations with your friends. If you feel more comfortable with your friends, ask them how things are going with them. Someone who will open up so that you learn a little bit more, because not everyone is aware, and not
I
everyone.
was just about to say, insert Cat Williams video here. Know your strong number, bro.
Is that what? Oh yeah, Cat Williams. Oh my gosh, this is too much. Anyway,
All the
guys,
references.
that's it for us today. And make sure you let us know. Let us know what you think. Answer some of these questions in the comment below, or just message us.
Yes.
And for those who sent these questions, we hope we really answered them.
Yes, and thank you for
yeah.
shedding some light on some things.
Because these are very this sex is very, very sensitive for some people. They just don't want to talk about it. But I think it's important we do, so that you are fully I don't want to say this, but you're fully satisfied.
There's nothing wrong with satisfaction.
Yeah, but you know what I mean. Anyway, see ya. Ciao.